Today we're looking at Roche Bobois St. Pete Tower, a new luxury condo building coming to downtown St. Pete. Roche Bobois is actually a French luxury furniture and interior design brand, and they got famous for their modular sofas.
Okay.
But they've partnered up with Valor Real Estate Development, who have put together some really insane cutting edge projects. Like right now in Mexico City, they're building Bosque Real, a 3,500 acre city within Mexico City that includes 20,000 residential units, malls, and a university. So these guys are really ambitious and taking on big projects that are record breaking. And Roche Bobois is kind of a record breaking project in our local market as well.
It's just south of Central, 344 4th Street South. So I mean, you're still in the downtown core. You're kind of in the innovation district almost, close to USF St. Pete, the Dolly Museum. You still have access to the waterfront park, so that's nice. Really, even being a little bit south of 4th Street kind of helps too, where you don't have to cross as much road for the waterfront. You know, you just got to cross 3rd. But the basics of this tower is basically it's going to be 29 stories. It's going to be about 375 feet tall, and for comparison, it's 515 for 400 Central. So it'll be a little bit smaller, but there'll be 165 luxury residences. Estimated completion date is between 2028 and 2029. So, but sales have started already. We're seeing stuff in our system. You know, it's interesting because this is our first branded tower in St. Pete, so it's kind of a big deal. Where this is going are some 1920s buildings, and then I think some newer 2000s townhomes too, right there, just 2 of them. But basically, to get the excitement going, they painted all the buildings pink, and it kind of became an Instagram moment, right? And it kind of got everyone talking about what's going here, and I really thought it was very Sirhan, you know, like I thought it was a great job, you know, like we're an arts community, so the fact that you have murals come in and paint those buildings before you knock them down, I thought that was a kind of a cool tribute, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, with so many projects coming to downtown, it's hard to keep track of all of them.
Yeah,
so anything to stand out.
Yeah, and something like that, I mean, to me, like, I had to go by. I had to walk by just to see them, you know, like, and I think there was a lot of people. Even my mom reached out and she's like, "Oh, did you walk by the pink buildings yet?" You know, so I mean, I thought it was a great job building excitement, really. I mean, I think the location's great. I honestly, 8.5 for location.
Okay.
So, how about you?
I gave it a 9. I think Publix right there, CVS right next to it.
Yep.
Walking distance to the soccer stadium, it's right there. Ease of hopping on 175.
That's true.
I think also the quietness of this block compared to 400 Central and Art House.
Yeah, because they're right on Central Ave where all the action is. Valor seems like they've done a lot of great things, you know, like high quality stuff. So obviously that's what this is supposed to be, high build quality. And if it plays out to any of their other developments or like is like any of their other developments, I even for build and quality construction, I even gave it like a 9, just looking at floor plans and different things like that, and just they didn't waste any space. It looks like like I'm not seeing those long hallways that are usually in like the condo to try and get you to the windows. You know what I mean? Like when you walk in, but
yeah, that's a good critique. I gave it a 9 for build quality construction. I thought the 11-foot ceilings are a major pro.
Definitely.
And like you were saying, I mean, the range of different floor plans, 13 floor plans ranging from 375 square feet all the way up to 2,500 square foot penthouses. I think that really gives you some range in buyers. I think they did a good job of catering to or trying to include as many different buyer types as possible.
Yeah.
Everything has a balcony. That's obviously a major pro.
And that's not included in the square feet we're talking about, right?
Correct.
Okay, good.
I also think the amenities of this building are really going to shine compared to 400 Central and Castillo Urbana and some of these other newer condos. It seems like they're going to spend a lot more money on Roche Bobois. That seems to be really the focus too, is this interior design of the building, the interior design of the amenities. So I'm excited to see that come to life. We'll see if it really is as nice as it looks in the photos.
Yeah, we'll compare the photos with the actuality at the end, but I mean, it's definitely, from looking at these photos, it's definitely it'll look like the fanciest place I've ever been to. So, I mean, I'll tell you what, no, it looks, and honestly, I dig the style of it, and I think this is a pretty good fit for St. Pete. When you think about arts and culture around here, I do think this is kind of a good fit, and you know, we'll see if they sell at that point, you know?
I saw they had 4 listings on the MLS with an average of $1,700 price per square foot.
Yeah, that's I mean.
And just to put that into perspective, Art House has an $879 price per square foot of everything they sold in the last year. 400 Central has a $959 price per square foot of everything they sold in the last year, and Reflection averaged $626 per square foot. So 1,700 versus 600 to 900. This is a whole other ballpark.
Yeah, we're almost talking Waldorf Astoria at that point, right? I mean, we're talking
about double these other luxury condos per square foot.
Which, I mean, it is, you know, it's interesting because they do brand themselves as, you know, a design, art, fashion, boutique condo, you know? And it's one of those things, it's like, I was thinking about that and I'm like, okay, so what are the other ones, you know? And I was even running it through ChatGPT. I'm like, what would you even consider that? 400 Central, they identify as a luxury mass market skyline tower.
Okay.
Art House is a modern urban luxury. And then you have Roche Bobois, which is, you know, design, fashion, art, luxury branding. And then the Waldorf Astoria is its own little thing with the ultra luxury hospitality branding. So this almost feels like it's a step just below Waldorf. So the penthouse apparently went under contract right away for $13.2 million. And that equates to over $2,700 a square foot.
Goodness gracious.
Which is just, I mean, that would be one of the biggest condo sales in Tampa Bay history.
Yeah. It definitely seems like this $13.2 million, they're gonna use that to then justify this price moving forward.
Previous Tampa Bay pre-condo record was $1,494 a square foot. The proposed Waldorf Astoria St. Petersburg penthouse is reportedly under contract for $2,454 per square foot.
And this breaks this.
And this breaks it.
Wow.
So
highest price per square foot of anything ever sold here.
Potentially resetting the market.
Yeah.
If it closes. You know, as much as I was thinking this was just another tower going up, this is a different tower.
Yep.
This is unique for sure.
When it first came out for those studios, they were priced in the high 500s.
Wow.
Which I think makes sense, you know?
Yeah, no,
300 square foot.
But
now that we're already in the 700s on those guys.
I'd like to know how many they have under contract, if any.
I mean, spending over $700,000 and then having your bed next to your kitchen with no separation is kind of wild.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what'd you rate it?
So for value, I had to give it a 7, and I felt like I was gonna go lower, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the price per square foot is just, it's blowing my mind here. It's not, like, how do you even do a comp for that?
Yeah.
You know, like there's nothing.
For that reason, I'm giving it a 6. I'm being even more aggressive than you. I don't necessarily think this is a bad deal, but I don't see these numbers supported by any comps in the area. So until this sets the new standard of what these are valued at, they're overpriced.
Yeah. It just feels like and obviously low interest rate environments are different, but it feels like at this point, you know, when a tower is being built in St. Pete, I remember, you know, when you saw the one go up, it was like the sales rushed in and people sold those things before that thing was even done. You know, they were making $200K, $300K just from putting down a deposit and then waiting for it to be built. But nowadays, it just doesn't seem like that's a thing anymore. We have multiple towers in the sky. You know, it's not like there's gonna probably be a brand new one announced a year from now too, you know? So, and I think the more towers that go up, you know, the more you start to look like Brickell or something like that, and you block everyone's view. But I think that also speaks to how those locations on Beach Drive, they can't be touched, man. That's 10 out of 10.
Right. Okay, so overall we gave it an 8.1. Do you think that's a fair rating?
I think it's a fair rating, but I think we're going to question the value for a while here. Until we actually start seeing these sales go through, and, you know, I just can't imagine, and again, for us, it's double the price per square foot, and that's where I question it completely. Yeah. I do think I want it to succeed, obviously, you know, but I question the price per square foot.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I think this building is no doubt going to be a beautiful building. We're going to look at this building 10 years from now with admiration, that it's a beautiful building downtown with the builder and the brand and the location and everything. I don't think that the project itself is the issue, it's just the price.
Yeah.
And it's really just the price because I don't see a local being really so sold on this Roche Bobois brand,
yeah, even the brand,
that they choose this over Art House or 400 Central.
Yeah.
So it really, to me, seems like it's attracting out of state or even international people.
That's where I'm getting the vibe. I'm thinking,
and that seems like that's where the money's got to come. And I know we've talked to a lot of people that have said some of the Naples residents have started coming up to St. Pete because they're looking for a little more action,
a little more of a downtown type area that's walkable.
Right.
You know?
So maybe it could be a good fit for someone from Naples that's just looking for a weekend condo or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it feels like a Miami building in St. Pete.
It does. It does. And you know, I think why this matters though more than anything else is if this succeeds, this will show developers that they can believe in downtown St. Pete. You know, this shows that we can handle luxury branding. This shows that, so this is a big deal if it succeeds. It really
Absolutely.
is. And I hope it succeeds. I really do.
Me too.
Because I think it opens up a new type of population that could come down and visit and enjoy their time in St. Pete, you know.
Well said.
So excited to see what happens with it, definitely.